Yes, guys, welcome to our today's session. My name is Issa Ngoie. Today we are going to talk about the difference between NumPy and Panda. Yes, let's start. Guys, we are going to talk about a library. Before understanding the difference between Panda and NumPy, you need to understand what is a library. So I'm going to share my screen and we are going to start. So we are going to talk about a library. What is a library, guys? We're talking about a library, a piece of code, a code that is written by someone else, like a programmer, right? So a library, it's a piece of code written by someone else that you can also use, right? You can also use in your program. So it means I'm writing a computer program. So I'm making an application, right? Or you are making your website because you don't want to start over, you don't want to start afresh. You can borrow someone else's code. You can borrow a library to make your life easy, right? So a library is a collection of pre-written code that you can use to do specific tasks without written everything from scratch. So guys, this is the definition. You need to understand first what is a library. So a library, this is a piece of code written by someone else that you can use in your current program. Like you are writing a program, you want to use someone else's program, that program, we call it a library. Now, a question is, why we need a library? You as a software developers, why do you need libraries? You as software engineers, why do you need libraries? You as data analysts, why do you need libraries? So let me try to share again my screen. Yes. So we need libraries, number one, for saving time. We want to save time, guys. Why we need to start everything from zero? It's like you want to buy a car, guys. When you don't, okay, let's say you want to design your own car, right? There is no need, guys, to come up with your own wheels because the wheels are already there. You need just to come up with your own design, right? So library will save time, number one. Number two, by using a library, you can reduce errors, right? Because those code you are going to borrow, those programs you are going to take from someone else, those code have been tested, right? And like a library will make your coding easy, right? And the last one, you can add more power to your program. So there is saving time, reduce errors, making coding easy, and will add more power to your program, right? So guys, we spoke about a library. This is a piece of code written by someone else, right? That you can use, you can import, like in your current program. Now the question is, why do you need a library? You need libraries, number one, for saving time. There is no need for you to do everything from zero. You can borrow, you can call, you can import someone else's program and reuse it. So number one, it's saving time. Number two, reducing errors because those programs that you are going to borrow, those libraries have been tested. Number three, it makes also your job easy. You wanna build a car, you can take the wheels, but the wheels are already there, right? And the last one, it's gonna add more power to your computer program, right? You're going to have more capabilities to build whatever that you need. right? So this is what is a library and why we need a library. Now let's talk about two libraries, two Python libraries. So we're talking about Python. You guys, you are going to make programs, you're going to make websites, you're going to make games using Python, right? Remember, you want to make a website, you want to analyze data, you want to build maybe something, you need libraries. Now we're going to talk about two most popular libraries in Python, right? Let me try to share again my screen. So we're going to talk about those two libraries. The first one is NumPy and the second one is Panda. Those are the two Python libraries, right? What you need to understand, guys, NumPy and Pandas, they are Python libraries. Means that those are the pre-written code. Those are the piece of code written by someone else, written by another programmer that you guys, you can borrow, you can call, you can import and reuse in your current program, right? Now, you need to understand the difference between NumPy and Panda, right? Most, we're going to use NumPy for working with numbers and arrays, right? Especially for mathematical functions or equations, we are going to use NumPy. And we are going to use Panda for managing, analyzing, visualizing data. This is the difference between those two. Let me stop sharing. So guys, we are talking about the difference between NumPy and Panda. Those two, they are Python libraries. What does it mean? They are pre-written code by someone else that you guys, you can borrow, you can call, you can import into your current program, right? So now NumPy will be used most for numeric and arrays, most for mathematical work, mathematical functions, and so on. But NumPy will be used for mathematical functions, numerical numbers or numerical and arrays. But Panda will be used for data visualization, data analysis, data manipulation. So if you want to understand the data, you want to analyze data, you want to visualize data, you can go for a library that we call Panda. But if you want mathematical functions, you want to work with matrices and so on, you can go for NumPy. But you need to understand that Panda is built on top of NumPy, right? So NumPy first and Panda was built on top of from NumPy, right? So this is the idea of this particular lesson. So it's for you to understand the difference between NumPy and Panda. Those two, they are Python libraries. So it means they are pre-written code by other people, by other programmers. Now, you guys, you can borrow them, you can import, you can load them to your current program in order to save time, to save errors, to add more capabilities to your program, and to make your programming easier, right? This is what you need to understand the concept behind library. So in any programming language you guys we are going to be doing, like C, C++, Java, and so on, even Python, we do have pre-written code. We do have piece of code written by other people that you guys you can borrow to make your programming easier, to, to reduce errors, to add more capabilities to your program. Remember, you don't need to start everything from zero, right? You want to build a website. There is no need to start everything from zero. Some of the things are already there. You can just borrow them. You can just call them. You can import them. right? This is the whole idea of a library and how to use those libraries, right? So now let's go here. So now the choice between those two, NumPy or Pandas, will depend on you, will depend on the task that you want to do, right? So the choice will depend on the task you want to achieve. This is the entire idea. To summarize, guys, we spoke about a library. We spoke about benefit of using libraries. We spoke about the difference between Panda and NumPy. So just a quick one. A library, this is a piece of code written by someone else that you programmers, you can borrow in order to save time because you don't need to start everything from zero, to reduce errors because those programs, those libraries you are going to borrow have been tested, to add more capabilities to your program because when you are borrowing pre-written codes, it's coming already with some of the features and it makes your programming easier, right? Because it's reducing the complexity of starting everything from zero and so on, right? Or building or creating something new. So those are the benefits. And we spoke about those most important library or the most used Python libraries. We spoke about Panda and NumPy. Those two, they are Python libraries. NumPy will be used for functions, mathematical functions, numerical, like matrices, like arrays. But if you want to analyze data, you want to manipulate data, you want to visualize data, you need to go for what? You need to go for Panda. But remember, Panda was built from NumPy. So NumPy first and Panda was built on top of NumPy. So thank you very much. This is the difference between those two libraries. See you next time.